Yo, what's up, everybody? You're not tuned in to the hottest podcast in the 251. This is your boy Rock, and I'm here. I got a guest with me. It's a family affair. We got Phil J in the building. What's good, my guy?
What's good?
Hey, man, I'm so happy to have him. Like, you know, I've been on here. I've been doing this thing for a little bit of a while, especially if you've been watching Off the Rock and you've been listening to Off the Rock on all our platforms. I've been dying to get this guy on here, and we finally got him on. We got Phil J, man.
Long time coming.
I know it, man. Straight out of Mobile, too, man. And, you know, we appreciate you for all you do.
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man. So, look, here we got this thing called a temperature check. We like to do it every episode just to see where our guests, our people are mentally. So, with 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, where are you mentally?
I'm at an 8.
Okay, a strong 8. That's
strong 8.
Real number, man.
Your boy been feeling good this week. I've been getting some stuff done. The last couple of weeks, I've been a low 5. You know what I'm saying? Because you just having a kid and trying to manage that and a marriage and all that. You know, it's life, brother. You know.
It is real life, and I can understand those numbers. You know, I can see how you can go from a 5 to an 8, because, man, your days are unpredictable. Kids are unpredictable.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one day they sitting down, and I mean, one minute they're sitting down with some Cheez-Its and cool. The next thing you know, the Cheez-Its are there and the baby's not. You know what I'm saying? Just being real.
They're just like little ninjas, man. Like, just don't, like, you just, like, it'll be a second. You look away. It's like, yo, where'd he go, bro? They, like
Lil Wayne said, real G's moves in silence like lasagna. Those are babies. What I can say for it is, though, man, just having kids, though, they are great. They are. They are. But they can be a work.
Look here.
Or work on your mental.
I can go on all day about that.
I believe it. I believe it. Well,
how about you, brother?
I gotta say, man, mentally that I'm about an 8, 9 too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a long week for you, boy. Been some ups and downs and everything, but being able to lean on my people and you know, they come through for me. It's something great about having a great circle around.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Also, like, you know, some opportunities and things pulling up. You know, so I have a lot to look forward. I have a lot to be thankful for too. You know, so that perking your boy up, keeping me at a smooth 8. But man, we got Phil J in the building. I gotta ask you, brother, just diving into your music bag. Why music? What was the inspiration behind it? How did you get into it?
Music has always been a part of my life. Literally, like, in my entire life. I'm 30 years old now, so
oh man,
a very long time.
That's a blessing.
I play drums. That's my main instrument. And so started off doing that, and then my dad will always just have all kinds of music playing throughout the house, like, growing up. So I grew up on some good music, like Stevie Wonder.
I was about to say that. Michael Jackson.
The MJ, the Midnight Stars.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just some of these old school bands that no one like, knew about, and like I always admire certain aspects of those songs, like growing up.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until 2012 where I'm like I feel like I can do I can make a career out of this. You know, I write songs. I was just writing songs all the time. Like, I'm like, I don't put these out. So it was like, I write all these songs, but I don't ever put them out. So it's like wondering, like, if I could actually make a career out of this.
Yeah.
You know, and so that became a reality in 2012, and so that's why I'm doing music now.
So, like, how was that? I know the anxiety was really high when you put out your first song.
Yeah.
What was the response like when you put out your first song? Like, did you get a great response? Did you get no response? How was the support? How did you get through that?
It was surprisingly very well. Like very good support. So it surprised me because I'm like, it was my first project. Usually, like, looking back on it now, it's like, man, that was garbage. But it's like, but just having people that also saw the potential in me, and seeing me actually, like, put out action behind, you know, what my dreams, you know. It's like, and it just meant a lot, and it just gave me, like, just a bunch of gasoline. It's just like, okay, let's keep on going.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, you know. When you look at it, that's me too. I look at old videos of me playing drums. I'm like, God, That was awful. Why are you rushing?
I mean, I think we just, but just as creatives and also just as people who play music, like we're just always going to be very critical of like just our skill, and in a lot of ways, it just makes it should make us get better.
It does. It should. I have to remind myself though, I got to give myself grace. Like when you're doing things, you should give yourself grace.
Yeah.
You give grace to other people. Why can't you give yourself some? You know?
Come on with it, man.
Just being real. Just being real. So like coming from being behind the set to being behind the mic, what was that transition like? How did you get pushed there? Did you take vocal lessons, or were you always gifted vocally?
So, yes, I've always been able to sing, but growing up, I never really did it because I was always very envious of my brother and my sister. Like my entire family sang, but I just always felt like they were completely better singers than I was. So I'm like, you know what? I think we're just gonna go the rapping route. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gotta sing. You know what I'm saying? I can just speak words. You know what I'm saying? Like I just talk. And just the simple fact of me having a stutter and rapping is just kind of like it's rarely unheard of, which is I'm like, let me just chase that route. Lecrae was kind of one of the first artists that really inspired like me to actually like want to do it.
Yeah.
Because seeing how he was just touring the world, I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, that's how I got. That's how I eventually picked up a mic. I started rapping and then slowly made my way towards singing. I guess in college at Faulkner.
Yeah.
Which we both went to Faulkner. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Sun Chiefs.
Sun Chiefs.
They coastal now. They're like the Coyotes.
The Coyotes?
Yeah, the Yotes.
The Yotes? What?
I don't know, man. You remember that they came out with that logo? It was a feather.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a feather, like Fear the Feather. Like, what? What is this?
I forgot all about that, bro.
They did. They came out with that. Man, they started changing logos. And I was like, I get it. I mean, you can't be the Chiefs anymore or anything. We know the Redskin thing. We get it.
But the Coyotes.
But the feathers first. The feathers. Fear the Feather. How? Like, ain't no way I would be scared of something like that.
It's not
that's like,
intimidating. That.
Yeah, fear my pillow. Like what? I'm gonna hit you with a 200 count. I'm gonna hit you with a 200 count. You better be ready. Now they got something they can't even say. The Yotes. They don't even want to put the call on it.
Please tell me it's not actually the Yotes, bro.
I think it is, bro. The Coyotes.
Lord, okay, well, we went to Sun Chiefs sound. We were in the
OGs.
The OGs. We were the OGs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just a whole new world, I was like, okay, it's different people here. I was like, it's a totally different demographic from like where I came from high school.
For sure.
But like it was like, I'm like, well, there's no one here knows me. I got an opportunity to kind of recreate myself, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And so I just started singing. What it really was me trying to impress like some of the girls. Yeah, some of the girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I mean,
let me see
who don't like a man who know how to sing. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just test it out. So like, but the more I started singing, the more I actually started loving it.
Yeah.
And like, my dad would like get on me all the time. Now it's like I can get you to sing a note when you were a kid. Now I can get you to shut up.
I love that guy. Shout out to him for sure. So like moving forward with that in your music, I noticed in the beginning of your career you did a lot of I would say gospel rap.
Yeah.
And then as you go to the later of your career, you going into a different genre. I think more of would you say like pop?
Yeah.
What like pop? What other genre? Because it's like a fusion.
Yeah, like it's
what you do.
It's a melting pot of just a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the main foundation is pop funk, with a mixture of like R&B and hip hop. That's the best way I can describe the style of music I do now, because I just it took a while to actually kind of figure it out. But going from Christian, doing Christian music, Whereas my faith is still in Jesus. That's not changing.
Yeah, same.
But it's just I've just seen the chokehold that like the Christian music consumers put on people, Christian artists, where like they can't be creative how they want to. And so, me not being as big as I want to be, it opened up the door to actually for me to create the music I've always wanted to create.
Yeah. I'll feel you on that. You shouldn't put a stipulation, a box on yourself, knowing that you know this is what is inspiring you.
Yeah. So
you said that they put a chokehold basically on the artist there. Like, what are some of those things they don't want? They put a chokehold on. Now, just for me, I know from listening to a couple myself, like they really like to just say Jesus every 3 or 4 bars. Like, I get it. Yeah. This is gospel, but I'm like, you ain't gotta do that.
Yeah, and that's what like if a certain artist that someone's been listening to, I know I've had it happen to me a few times where I put out a song and I don't say the word and I don't say Jesus' name in it, and like I'll see a few comments like, is this a Christian song?
He's secular. Like, how did I switch up?
When did we get here? It's like I'm just making a good song. That's all it is. Can I not make good music? So and seeing like other artists that I look up to that like were experiencing the same thing, where like they feel like just their creativity, like they couldn't really dive into to their full potential of being creative because like they have to cater to a certain demographic to keep the lights on.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would just encourage people to create the music that you want to create.
Yeah.
And let your fan base cultivate around it, because you can't change them. The only person that you can control is yourself.
Yeah.
And in order to be in this business, I mean, without you and your team, that's all you really got, right?
Yeah.
God, you and your team, right? So I'm like, if you create the music with your intention in mind, and you know, just being spiritual, that you know what your intentions are.
Yeah.
So if you create the music that you want to and that fan base grows from it, then you don't have to worry about changing or catering to the masses. The masses will cater to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly, bro. And at first I was going to do this whole announcement like, hey guys, I'm making a switch over to like just music I want to create. I'm like, no, I'm just put it out, and whoever likes it likes it. Yeah. Like it's I've felt more, and this isn't to say like getting away from Christian music. I feel more liberated. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is I'm able to create what I feel like I've been given these gifts to create. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like the music I make now has been some of it is some of the best music I've made in my entire career. I have a sound now. And that didn't happen until like I started making the music that I really have always wanted to make.
Yeah, cause like Cheers, man, that song was dope.
I appreciate it, bro.
And that football player in there was fire. I just want to say that.
Yeah. For anyone that hasn't seen the Cheers video, the football player is John himself.
I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Moving forward with your music, do you produce yourself? Like, are you the only person in the studio? Do you have people working with you? How do you create these hits?
So, pretty much, I'll say 99.5% of everything that's come from Phil J has been produced by me, mixed by me, mastered by me, recorded by me. It's 100% on me.
Okay, so like with this in the studio, this is you. How did you learn to work the board, all of that? What was that process like?
So once I found out that you don't need this expensive studio
setup,
or like you don't have to pay $100 an hour to go somewhere to record, and like you can actually do it in the comfort of your own home. I saved up like maybe $3,000 in 2016.
Okay.
And I'm gonna buy me a MacBook. I'm gonna buy me a interface and some headphones and some studio monitors. And I'm just gonna teach myself. YouTube University, my brother.
Hey, shout out to him. You ain't lying. You're looking at it right now.
For real, man. Like it's because there are people that go to school for this. I don't even know if I'm doing it right, to be honest with you. But it sounds good. It doesn't sound like matters, you know. And so like just pretty much, once I got that set up, I just like that entire summer, like just on YouTube, just teaching myself and kind of honing my ear into like what a good mix sounds like. So I would always reference some of my favorite songs from some from bigger artists. So whenever I'm mixing, I try to get it to sound just like that. And so like the more I did that, the more I started like creating like a sound for me. Yeah. Which like if like for anyone that's been listening to my music for years, they can see the audio quality kind of like upgrade like each release.
That's true.
So I'm still getting better with it, but like I encourage every artist, every independent artist, like if you can make the time to like actually like, and it's also just invest in equipment to like just create music on a whim and not having to like, oh shoot, I gotta go schedule a studio appointment. Like we're like, no, this like just it'd be cooler if you could just wake up, there's a studio right there on the right side of your bed, like, oh, get to work. It's just more lucrative, you know.
The moment of inspiration can hit at moments that you wouldn't expect. Yeah. Like me, for some reason, some of my greatest hits come when I'm in the shower. Like I'm in the shower and songs just come to me. I don't know what it is about when I got the water running and I'm in there singing. It just hit. And just imagine if I could just hop out the shower, do a little shake and dry, and go over there and lay down something that is probably will be number one in the country for months. That would be wild,
bro. That's why I encourage every artist, man. Just even if you don't have the ear for like how to mix or whatever, or you don't have the time to learn all that, like just having something to lay a demo down on, and like something, you know, and then you can send it off to someone to get mixed or whatnot. I digress.
So you got this song out, like, well, you got a lot of songs out, but apparently you got a new song that you just put together. It's called "Don't Have to Listen." Take us behind this track, the inspiration of this track, and just what do you want the listeners to feel when they listen to it?
So I'm sure we all have experienced this person in our life where they're very self-centered, like everything is just kind of about them. It's like the world kind of revolves around them. And I've always wanted to write a song about that because like I have family members that like just got it bad. And like, yo, like, do you not see that you're like running everybody off? Right? Yeah. Like, you know, so I've always wanted to write a song like that, but I'm like, at the time, my songwriting ability wasn't like where it is now, like where I could like articulate exactly, what I'm thinking about. Yeah. And so like, and also this is the first. So like, I'm trying my best to like really be versatile as far as like what genres of music I do this year. So like, this is my first official like legit pop song. I've never done like a legit pop song before. So I'm trying to stretch myself with doing songs like this, but Don't Have to Listen is really like I'm positive it will be relatable to people who have those people in their lives who don't care about the people around them, and it's just like everything revolves around them. And as the lyric says, I don't have to listen to your self-centered. Your self-centered. Oh, I forgot my own lyrics.
You wrote it.
I wrote it. I don't have to sing. I don't have to listen to your self-centered statements 'cause you're bitter. Why be so rude to people who love you? You are so wrong. You know, and it's a short 2-minute song, but just like but I know it'll like be relatable to like a lot of people.
Hey man, just you singing that lyric, man, is very relatable to some people. I think just because this generation are all for self now. Yeah. Like they figured like, I'm gonna be unapologetically me, and if you can't get with it, you can, get off or go somewhere, until they realize that after they did that for so long, they're in a room alone.
I say that in the song too.
Yeah.
It's like
man, you would have thought that I was in that same room. That's that 5%, y'all, he was talking about. That's that 5 right there. And that also relates to cancel culture, right?
Yeah.
Like, for those people who think, like, everybody think that everybody else in the world just supposed to know. Like, you just supposed to be perfect. Like, God made you and gave you all of the information that you would ever need to know at one time. And you obviously knew that I wore purple shoes on Saturday, and you knew not to wear purple shoes because you just trying to be me. Because it's Saturday and I wear I'm saying this because some people are like that. Oh man, Buddy made a mistake. You can never listen to his music again. Buddy made a mistake. He always gonna be that person.
Yeah.
Like Chris Brown. They give Chris Brown grief about everything.
Bro.
It's just some of that could be, contributed to just being self-centered too. Mm-hmm. It's just like thinking that everybody's just supposed to be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like in this world, people, again, with the grace, you gotta give
yourself
people
grace. Come on now, you gotta give people grace. You gotta give yourself grace. It's like everyone, like ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah.
And once people understand that, and the world will be such a much more peaceful place. It's like, and just give people grace, man. It's like we ain't perfect.
Exactly. You gotta move around and give people grace.
Yeah.
But you also, like I said, gotta move around. So tell us, man. You did South by. I gotta know, what was that experience like,
bro? So this is my second year doing it. The label I've been partnering with for about maybe 4 years now. They've had me. They've put on after COVID. No, before COVID, they put on like maybe 1 or 2 showcases there. After COVID, they got back on track and started doing 2 more. And so 2021 and 2022. No, 2022 last year and this year, I was a part of their new showcases called R&B Forever. It was. This year was special because I had, not only was I performing, I had an opportunity to play drums,
man,
for all the artists on the ticket.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm a big fan of Kenyon Dixon, it was an honor just to be able to play drums behind him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's worked with people like Justin Timberlake. A lot of people. They're escaping me now.
Saying JT is enough for me.
That did it for me right there. I'm like, wait, you work with who?
Yeah,
my boy.
Exactly.
It's an honor. It's an honor to play. It's an honor, brother.
I want to be just as smooth. I want to be like him.
No, but just playing drums for everybody, and then also showcasing So I'm not big on showcasing music that isn't out yet.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm like, nah. But this go around, I just wanted to test it.
Yeah.
So because I didn't want to do any of my older music. I'm trying not to do anything after anything before my Joy album.
Okay. Yeah, it's like Diamond in the Rough and
yes. So all that stuff if anything before that, anything before Joy. I kind of just wanted to get away from.
Okay.
And so, but also I kind of wanted to also get away from Joy and Tell the Free Man, because those were kind of my last 2 kind of Christian albums.
Okay.
And so everything I'm doing now is strictly the stuff I've just always wanted to write. So I did those songs at South by Southwest, and was not expecting a response.
I was just gonna say, what was the response? It was
so I said yo, this is just a taste test. None of these new songs are out. Well, maybe 2 of these songs are out right now, and somebody in the crowd was like, oh, it tastes good. I like it. So I'm like, oh, okay.
It tastes good. That's the name of the episode. That's it. It tastes good.
And so, and it's always cool to get those reactions from people who've never heard of me, who don't know my music, don't know anything about me.
Yeah, man.
And like are just drawn in to the music. I'm like, okay, I'm making the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like that right there takes a lot of courage also to do, because you're in a new city. You only been there like once or twice.
Yeah.
And you got people who you never seen before who's really liking your music. That really takes a test of courage to do.
Yeah.
So even when you put music out, like I know like some fans will be in your comments and stuff. How do you negate or block out or cipher through the hate and the love? Because some people around here in this city really need this lesson.
Yeah.
Like, how do you maintain between the hate and the love?
I think I kind of had the upper hand, like coming up, like so. I was bullied a lot.
What?
From middle school.
Tell me right now. We can go after him right now.
Look, bro, from like middle school to high school, I was like to like my junior year in high school. Like I was always bullied. So like I'm used to like when someone says something negative to me now, it's like I'm so immune to it right now. It's like because I just like I had that growing up. It's like I've had too many worse things said to me growing up. I'm like there's not really much you can say right now. Yeah. So usually I would just like comment back, I love you, man. It's just
kill him with kindness.
Kill him with kindness, bro. Guys, I'm a peacemaker, bro. I'm like I don't really like if I don't have to confront people. If I don't have to deal with confrontation, I'd rather not. Like unless the confrontation needs to happen.
That's true.
I just I'm just all about love, man. I was like, man, I'm not a fighter. Like if I got to throw the hands, I throw them. But if I ain't got to do it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, because for the most part, you are in control of your own mental fortitude.
Yeah.
So like you really, you have to have a self-esteem about yourself to be able to go through that, And like if that stuff only grows if you give it attention, right? And the thing that I tell myself is, no matter what they say in those comments, when I look at my bank statements, it do not change.
Come on with it.
I don't have a negative minus $5 for somebody telling me my show sucked. I still got other people in that comment section saying, Rock, this is a great episode.
And that's all you need right there, bro.
Come on, man.
That's all the fuel. That's all the fuel you need, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Speaking of the fuel you need, man, can you tell us about one show experience that you really love other than South by? Like, what can you give us another stage that you played on that you might have loved?
Actually, it was recently. South Sounds.
Oh man,
I had an opportunity to I've always played that festival here in Mobile for years with the band I've been with for forever, probably playing drums for them. But this was the first time this year I was there as an artist, and it like minus like all the technical stuff that happened like prior to the show happening, to where like I had to cut half my set in half. But like just having those elite musicians behind me just made it like butter, you know what I'm saying? And so I kind of scratched some of the songs to do some other songs that I've never done before, and it's just seeing like everybody's reaction, like oh okay,
wait a minute, who is this guy?
Like I loved it because for one, I'm in my hometown. I haven't done many shows like that in my hometown. Yeah, because the main thing everyone here knows me for is drums.
That's true.
Like people do know I'm an artist, but like when they see me out, I'm on drums. So it's like being able to like do my music and people in my hometown are vibing with it. I was like, okay, that just felt good. So that's probably the second best like stage like performance that really like meant something to me, and it was fire.
And I was there. everybody. Just want to let you know. I had a great time, man. I love the way you do some of your crowd work, too. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. Some people who be artists sometimes just think, I just supposed to walk around the stage like a madman and people just supposed to vibe to it. Like, nah, you got to talk to us. Get the crowd to do something. Give them some control or something. Because I don't know if you've been to the different shows or different places lately. Some people just don't like to move. Yeah. Sometimes you got to make them move. They be too shy. They be too worried about the girl in the corner. They be too worried about the guys. Why? Yeah, they be like, oh, man, that man got on black and red. Oh man, is them the new forces? They be like that, man.
I mean, it's like if you're gonna be if being an artist is something you want to pursue, man, like people gonna want to see you live.
Yeah,
it's like if you don't have good stage presence, people are just like, okay, I'm never gonna go see that guy again. Yeah. Like I there's a few artists out there I've seen like, man, I love your music, and then I see him in person, like live. It's like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just keep listening on Spotify. I don't think we ain't even gonna do that again.
We'll holler at you later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, baby. It's just if you're an artist, like, man, I just feel like being a great performer is just one aspect of the artistry that you have to like cultivate
for sure
and like really master in order like to maximize on everything career wise, you know.
You have to. Some people take for granted those live performances. Live performances of some songs are the better versions to me. So I'm like, you have to really capitalize on this live version selection because honestly, being an artist, performing is where you make most of your money. So you got to be able to sell tickets in order to make money because streams, ain't no money in the streams. It's not.
Unless you're like in that 100,000 monthly listeners cap and above, you are not making no money.
For sure. Just gonna keep it a buck. Cause even Snoop Dogg was talking on the latest episode of something. He was just like, man, I'm trying to figure out why 1 million streams don't equal $1 million. He was like, make it make sense. You know, just being real. So, like, if you're an artist and you're listening to this, you really need to make sure that you are putting a vibe on your live performances. Now, in this next part, I'm gonna say some words, and I want you to tell me what they mean to you.
All right.
I'm gonna start off easily. All right.
Oh Lord.
First one, family.
It's important.
Okay. Why they like?
Oh, yeah. And it's like it's the reason behind everything I do. It's like, man, I have to provide for my family, and I guess like they're priority to me.
Yeah, high priority. Now I'm gonna say this one: music. What does it mean to you?
See, okay, it's my lifeline, man. Like it's I don't know what I would be doing if I was not doing music.
I understand. Marcus.
Man, freaking perfect angel, bro. And gone way too soon.
I understand. Because like I said that myself, that whole just finding out the way that I found out was heartbreaking, you know? Because I was coming home, my TV was on. It was just home. I never watched the news. I never, ever watched the news. And for me to see that, because I was not even on like Facebook or nothing at that point in time.
Yeah.
And like I seen that, I like, man, you talk about sit down. Like I sat down, I was like, yo.
Yeah, bro.
Because for those who don't know, like I came up through Faulkner with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of memories that were made with him. And like you said earlier in the show, I mean, he was an amazing singer, amazing performer.
Like honestly, if it wasn't for him, like Phil J wouldn't exist.
I can see it because like, he would push you.
Like, hey, it's because like he's the one that started like producing first.
I
mean, like, that's what nobody knows. Like he started producing first, and then he taught me how to use FL Studio. And the rest is history.
Yeah,
and so if he didn't teach me how to like produce and how to record in that thing,
Yeah.
like I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you still would have been on YouTube University trying to figure
Absolutely,
it out.
and it took forever.
We wouldn't be here, I tell you.
Man, so it's I'm grateful to have to grown up in the same house as him.
Yeah.
To I don't know, just like it was amazing how many people that he touched.
Yeah.
Like in such a short span of time, bro. Like 26 years. Like I just a short span of time, and I could go on a tangent, but it's the way my brother lived his life is like a great example for how, in my opinion, everyone should kind of live their lives, like loving on everybody, just being a joyful person. Cause he just encompassed so much. Where it's like, I mean, it was just it was like an angel in human form.
For sure.
Like anyone that knows him that knew him could like attest to that. But I digress.
Yeah. If anybody know, the one thing I know is when he was here, he lived his purpose, and that
absolutely did
to the maximum.
To the max.
For sure. So, getting on the tail end of this, what's something your fans can look forward to from you and, your music?
So, I'm very excited for the rest of this year because I've been creating, like, just pumping out songs for the past, few weeks and still pumping them out. And so, like, every 2 weeks after this song, after done at the listen, it's just like I'm just putting out music constantly. Because I'm just excited to get more music to my fans. It's like last year I only released 4 songs.
Yeah, that's true. It was only 4.
Yeah, I didn't really like in years before that I was just pumping them out all the time. But obviously for obvious reasons, like losing Marcus in 2021. Had some grieving to go through,
That's important.
And it wasn't until the beginning of this year I was like, okay, we're good now. And so all to say, be expecting a lot of music from me. A lot.
Yeah, and it's good that, I hate that was the reason for you to take somewhat of a hiatus. Mm-hmm. But I think with artists taking a hiatus is great because in order for you to write music that people feel, you have to go feel. You gotta go do something. You gotta go through something to be able to write about it. Because people can tell when you're disingenuous. Mm-hmm. They can tell. Like it's showing your music. You can tell when somebody has not lived that life. And then that's coming from spiritual music to secular. Yeah. You can feel. Yeah. Because, like, even the wordplay and the things, like, it's just some, like Snow Allegra. She was like, I don't want to kiss you. I just want to feel you. Like, you got to go through something like that to be like, that's the aspect that I want. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it took for, what's his name? Bobby Caldwell to go through love to see what he wouldn't do for love. Just gonna keep it a buck. You gotta go through it, baby, in order for you to be able to create the pieces of music that people touch, vibe, and feel. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, we about to get off of this episode, man. What's something you want to tell your people before we get off here?
Man, if you got dreams, man, like I know it. Like if me, if you felt like you just didn't like the dreams aren't coming to fruition, like be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace. There's a reason. You have a passion and a zeal for whatever you're dreaming about.
For sure.
Do not quit, because if you do, you're gonna hate yourself.
Exactly. And I want to tell the people out here, if people around you or yourself are setting boundaries, those boundaries are not there to hurt you. They are to help the relationship. Yeah. They are there to keep and extend the relationship. I'm teaching you how to handle with me. All right? Keep that in your bag. We got Song of the Week. Song of the Week is coming from your very own Phil J. Phil J, do you want to announce Song of the Week? What is Song of the Week for everybody?
Song of the Week is How Does It Feel?
Hey, how does it feel? And remember, if you ain't vibing with Off the Rock, PJ, where they at?
Nothing new.
Under a rock. You're under a rock, baby. Hey, we'll see you. We'll see you back here later.
A million hearts just to find the one that would tether two souls underneath the sun. But commitment makes some afraid to run away. I'm not perfect, but what I have to give is worth it. That day when true love arrives, I'll welcome it with a smile, and I'll say, how does it feel to be in real love? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to know that you're enough for me? 'Cause not everyone gets a chance to be to someone like you are to me. I'm elated you were mine. Just a broken heart searching for something that's actually worth it. But players playing games don't put the work in. One side it was no reason it wasn't working. Till we met each other, everything changed. The perfect picture for a perfect frame. Connected from the moment words were spoken. Feels like a fairy tale we're both in. I believe I waited my whole life for the day we locked eyes. I knew that you were special. This ain't the feeling we had about our exes. Progression, no regression. There's no pressure when around you. You keep my heart at peace, so I'll surround you with TLC. Gonna make you stay with me, so I can ask you this question. Oh, yeah. How does it feel to be in real love? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel to know that you're enough?